Hi guys, welcome to a discussion video, and my name is Morgan and over there is Sam, and today we're going to be discussing episode 17. And also I just want to let you guys know that I'm not sick
17.
anymore. Is it 17?
No, it is 17. I
Okay.
clicked the wrong button.
Okay.
Never mind.
It's 17. I was
Uh,
like, wait,
uh,
what?
no,
Um,
I'm like, my notes look weird because I didn't flip to the right set of notes. So don't
uh-oh.
don't pay attention to me because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Nope. Um, but I'm not sick anymore, so thankfully my voice isn't annoying. And also, I'm sorry if our voices sound weird though, because me and Sam have been talking for an hour already before starting the discussion video, just talking about random shit was. So we might sound tired. That's because
Because
we're
we're bestest friends that anybody could have. So
yes.
we do socialize outside of this. Like,
No, I actually hate Sam. We don't ever talk.
oh,
It's a work business relationship. I'm just kidding. No, no, no. Yeah.
oh
And if you
God.
hear any tapping, it's because I'm holding my wand and I'm a crazy woman. Um,
She
I just,
secretly thinks
by the
she's
way,
in Harry Potter.
I am. I'm a wizard. I'm a wizard. By the way, you guys, I was just joking. I don't hate Sam. Just literally on that, I don't hate her. Because I know a lot of people, like, you can be sarcastic on the internet, and then some people take it serious. Like, some people are like, oh my God, why are you so mean? You're just like, I, no, I'm joking.
No, no,
Sam's my
no.
best friend.
No, no, Roma, it's just a joke. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I have in Spanish mode for like
Yes.
hours
So
today.
I might be a little crazy with my wand, and Sam might talk in Spanish this time around in this
So this is
discussion
gonna be
video.
interesting.
Yeah. So do you, all right, I'll talk about what happened in episode 16 or what we ended, and then do you want to start us in episode 17, Sam?
Sure.
Okay, so the end of episode 16 basically was so Guyon goes to meet with Prince Sun. Well, hey, Hagon, I can't say her name anymore. Oh God,
Hagen.
Hagun goes to meet with him too, and she sees them together, and she gets kind of jealous. But then super ninja assassins pop out of nowhere. They're like surprise, and he basically takes a sword to his arm-ish thing, armish thing. I don't know what I'm talking
His
about.
arm.
His arm. And then later on, he confesses that he is indeed the guy that her first love, the guy that she fell in love with. And then Hagun goes to Pusuwang. I can't even say the name. I'm sorry. And she's like, "Yo, don't attack my boyfriend who doesn't know he's my boyfriend, but don't attack him." And that's kind of where we ended.
You know what? I thought for a little while we had a glimmer of hope that she wasn't going to be psychopath.
It came back really fast. Let's
And
just
then
say
it
that.
came back. I was really, really hoping that like she wouldn't go psycho on us. And then she was like, nope, I'm not only going to go extra psycho, I am now going to run everything that my boyfriend, who doesn't know he's my boyfriend, hates. And I'm going to be like the leader person next to Daymok.
Yes.
So, like, not only is she like making stupid decisions, she now stepped on her father's toes and like, what is, like, I don't understand her thought process.
Yeah, I was like when I saw that scene of her like agreeing to be the head of Puzwan, I was like, okay, girl, I thought we were over being psycho. Like I thought we were over this. I thought we gotten over this, but no. And I also think maybe she did that because she wanted to protect him, but then again, it doesn't make sense. Like you were,
No, she could have protected him as the leader of the merchants because Daymok is her grandfather, and basically, outside of, she's the only one he will like do anything for. Like
yeah,
he
yeah,
loves her, he adores her. You can tell that that is the one relationship where he has like no ulterior motives with,
yeah.
and
But
she's trying to use that to her advantage, which she could have done a completely different way.
yeah, and but in the long run, it doesn't make sense because if the prince actually, a prince son actually finds out that she is now the head of this organization that he obviously hates, it's not gonna work out for them. It's like no way could he love her, even if there was no guy on in the pictures. There's no way that he would love her because he's so against that organization, unless she was like, "Hey, I'm secretly working for you." But then again, it's kind of like I feel like that character. It's like you have this whole organization that is run by your family, even though it is bad. But this whole organization that's run by your family, and you want to just like kill the whole thing, go against your whole family because of some boy that you fell in love with and you stabbed with a pen or pin.
a pin.
A
And we
pin.
haven't even, like, you can't even get over that because that hasn't even been brought up in a while.
Thank God. That was a
Those little
stupid thing.
pokey things haven't shown up since like the first 8 episodes.
And I also wonder if she filled that with poison.
I don't know.
Like, it
I
kind of
feel like if it was
sketchy.
gonna play, if the poison was gonna play a role from the pin things, they'd show up more often.
Yeah, exactly. Um, but Muha tells Guyon that Prince Sun is working against Pusuan, and now Guyon finally understands why the prince was like keeping his distance from her.
Hmm.
Um, but oh my God, I don't like Guyon. I'm just gonna say this right now. There's other reasons. I'll explain later in the episode why I don't like her.
She
Um,
makes stupid decisions too, so like I thought she would either play like a little more of a like passive character,
yeah,
but she's trying to become a more active character,
and she's being
and
stupid.
she makes stupid decisions too, so I don't know.
Everyone's
I don't know.
doing stupid
Jesus
decisions.
criminy.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
let's back up a little bit. So, um, what's her face?
Hagen?
Hwagun ends up having to go and meet with the elders.
She basically goes to a masquerade ball
Yeah,
with a bunch of
and
old people.
they sit there and they're like, "You left us. Why are you coming back now?" Like they're the ones too who are like, "This is really weird.
Mm.
Like, why are the bad guys finally are the ones who have common sense here, which is really strange."
Yeah.
But they start questioning her and they're like, "Why are you coming back? Like, what's your motives?" And all of this, and she's like giving these crap answers of, "Well, we've been around longer than the Joseon dynasty, and that." Um,
You
the
failed.
foundation used to be
Yeah.
strong and now it's falling apart and I'm going to be the one who strengthens it. But if you were going to be the one who strengthens it, you wouldn't have left all those years ago. Like now you're just coming back like you're flaky. So no.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like what reason does she have to come back rather than just protect the person that she now loves? Um, and then also on top of that, her father, who looks very kind of like depressed with the fact that his daughter is now in charge of him,
Mhm.
decides to take on the poppy field, even though it's like way below him. Like he shouldn't be having to take care of it, but he feels that if he controls the poppy field, then he will become the next day monk.
Mhm.
Um, and I don't know if I agree with that because her father messes up everything he touches. So why would
He
he let
has
him?
good intentions, but yeah, no, he's a Nimrod.
Yeah, because you know what? If he goes to the poppy field and he screws that up and like say all the poppy flowers die, well there goes your whole gang.
There goes the Piansui altogether because half of them need the freaking poison pill thingy. Plus, the king needs it too. So, and
Yep.
whoever else is in the government who needs the pill too. So, like, that's just gonna wipe out a whole bunch of people, which could solve a lot of issues too. So,
Yeah, that's
that's just
true.
me.
Just burn it
Um,
up.
so Prince Sun and Gun are talking
Mhm.
and like trying to reconcile
Mhm.
everything that's happened in the last 5 years. Like he's trying to make her feel better and stuff. And who shows up but Psychopath again?
You know what? I actually felt bad for her that time though because like she got the meeting and she like fell to Gon and she was like, I just want to know if he's awake. Like I feel so bad for him and I honestly like I don't like understand that she's kind of like psycho-ish, like crazy ex-girlfriend kind of like psycho, but I
Mm.
also feel like it's kind of sucky that Hagun had a like she's worried about the prince and she's running to the prince and while the prince is like running around with like Guyon, which I kind
Yeah,
of felt
which
was
their
kind of
romance
sucky.
makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Who? Guyon and
There's
him?
no basis for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't understand. Like, I hate how he fell in love with her so fast. I feel like that was so stupid because I like a relationship. I said this before. I like a relationship that starts somewhere and gradually builds or has a purpose for building. It literally was
Right.
like they met the next day. He fell in love with her. It didn't.
Right.
It didn't feel like it was a good. I mean, I don't feel like there's chemistry there. Do you?
I don't, I actually, even though she's psycho, felt more chemistry with Hwagun.
Me too.
Because even though she was kind of like love at first sight-esque, like she was able to dial down the crazy enough in the time jump that we were able to get a friendship and
Mm,
like see them interact with each other and
yeah.
everything, and they kind of were working toward kind of the same goal. They were trying to do something. together, and they seem to make a pretty darn good team. And
Yeah.
then like he just keeps going back to Galen,
And
who makes no sense. He
yeah,
doesn't see her for 5 years, and then he rejects her because he's trying to protect her, quote unquote.
yeah,
But he spent more time with Hwagun,
yeah,
and I feel
exactly.
more of a chemistry there.
Yeah, me too. And I definitely think that um sorry, I'm just thinking. I feel like whenever he goes to her, there's always tears. There's always like, I hate you, go away. Like there's
Right,
never like a happy moment with those two. And I feel like we that's what we need. We need a bunch of happy moments or reasons why he likes her so much. Because for me all I get is a prince who fell in love with a pretty girl, just and then a girl who can't stop crying. And that's
right.
not what I really want. Um, but the queen actually comes to see Peasant Son, and I don't know if you caught this, but do you think it's really weird that the queen glared at Peasant Son's bodyguard, uh, Hunsuk, who is his friend also? I thought that was kind of weird. I don't know if you caught
I
that.
think she knows that he knows more than he's letting on.
Oh, so she's like, you're accomplished, so I hate you.
Yeah. But she
Um,
also feels like she's won a little bit of a victory too, because like she comes in very excited and like
yeah.
happy. She's like, you did what I asked you, you bought me the 4 days, and now, as if she's a piece of property, I am now going to give you God.
Yeah, and Peasant Son's really happy, but he can't really be happy when he's not the true king um because he
And he
feel
talks about this too. He ends up like kind of having a come to Jesus moment.
yeah.
So,
Well, it's kind of like for him, he's kind of like, you know what? How he's supposed to get out of this? How he's supposed to bring Guyon into this mess? And he's like he's like, I'm not even the real king, and the bodyguard's like, well, he's like, you saw the past king or past prince son die. He goes, I did. I'm sure he's dead. And the bodyguard was like, well, then you are
like you're the
you're the
true
real,
king.
you're the true
So,
king now. And that definitely was a, a, I don't know, a hit to,
kind of an epiphany
yeah, he
almost.
was like, yeah, I am the real king. I need to start acting like the king kind of thing. Um, and then a man named King Rule. I'm not sure. Okay, so I don't know if you've seen this guy before. I don't recognize him. But then again, I'm not trying to be like, okay, this is gonna sound really bad. I'm not trying to be like um,
Racist.
racist or anything. But a lot of times in historical dramas, all the old guys who are kind of
They all
like
look the
they all
same.
look the same because they're all like heavy set and they all have beards and they're all like
They're
they all
wearing the same
same clothes.
clothes.
And so sometimes I'm like, do I know you? I don't know, but I don't know if we met this character before. I'm assuming not, but I'm also assuming that he worked with at the palace with Wu Bu.
Mhm.
Um, and
Well, they had the little exposition between each other to kind of like solidify where he plays in the story,
yeah,
kind of.
because he
So I don't think we've ever met him before, or if we
okay.
have, it was really quick.
Yeah, yeah. But he basically asks us if he wants to he invites him to go meet with Muha and the prince son, and they want him to basically fill the center general position, which I'm not sure what. Do you know what that is? Because I had no clue. Um,
What was it?
the
Uh,
central,
Inspector General.
yeah.
Oh, I
Um,
don't really know. Like maybe the legal person. He might be like an investigator almost. I
mhm.
really am not sure. I think they're just trying to fill spots.
Yeah, with people that they can trust.
Yeah.
But of course, he rejects the offer because, the queen does not, because he's like, the queen will hire you or nominate you. And he's like, well, the queen does not have the right to nominate me, only the king does have the right. And, Prince Sun basically says, like, what, you took a low position because he, like, took a lower position to, I'm assuming he collects taxes
Yeah.
to stop Pusuan. So, which is something that no one really noticed about him, something no one could tell that he's doing. So he's doing such a good deed, but no one knows. He's like, that
Yeah.
must be really hard for you. But the court needs someone like you. The court needs someone who's very selfless. The court needs
Mm.
someone that will do the right thing. And then, do you want to talk about what happens next?
So
Oh my
he like
god.
he recognizes
Yeah, I
Prince Sun.
screamed.
We're kind of like I'm like, oh my god, no, not another person. Because like the whole point of this like expedition is that nobody knows he's the prince until he needs them to know he's the prince. It's
Mm.
kind of like it was only supposed to be a select few. So he ends up like K-drama cutaway scene, which happens all the I hate cutaway scenes. They drive me
Mm.
crazy. So it's like he goes like your mannerisms are the same, you talk the same, blah 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 blah. And then the conversation just stops.
Mm.
And then you end up getting like a scene on the outside where he's putting his life on the line. The thing I owe him the most is like the truth. Like he needs to
Mm.
know the truth and everything. And they're like this is a bad idea, blah blah blah. But you see Wubo's face, like he had that little smirk. He's like, my little tadpole is growing up.
Yeah.
But I kind of agree kind of with like his backing people of like this is dangerous and you tell the wrong person that you're the prince and Daymok's gonna come after you.
Exactly. And it's gonna come after
And
people
he
you
ends up
like.
writing a letter. I don't know who he writes the letter to, but
Oh,
he ends up writing a letter.
he writes a letter to Kang Rule is like KWANGRYUL, but he sends a letter. Um, oh no, sorry, that's the guy's name. I'm sorry, getting mixed up. But he usually sends a letter to a general. Sorry, I read my notes wrong. Oops. But he usually sends a letter to General Jae-hoon, and we don't really get to know what the whole thing's about until the next episode. But then I'm sorry, I was watching Train to Busan, so I'm a little overreactive right now. But when I saw that little girl walking down the street, um, and I was like, "Oh my God, she's a zombie! Make sure you close the flipping doors." If you watch Train to Busan, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because I watched that with my niece a couple days ago, and my niece literally turned to me and she goes, "Do they not know how to close doors in Korea?" I go, "I guess not." Um, but yeah, I literally was like, "What is up with this girl?" I thought she was wiggly at first because I couldn't really see her face, but then I realized it's a girl named Yang, and she actually
Is
works
what?
in the poppy
Yeah.
fields, and also she also her mom was the woman who got her plate smashed.
Yeah.
That was her mom. And so, do you want to talk about what happened to her and stuff?
So they end up finding one of like the little pills in her hand. Um, and they figure out that it's poison, but something tells me that if like she'd taken that, she would have been okay. Because she started
Yeah,
getting the same spots that peasant's son got on his face when he started to like fall when he didn't get his medicine in time. And that's the stuff like all of these kids, I guess, are in this poppy field, like harvesting what they need for the poison and everything.
mm.
And it's almost like a labor camp, essentially. Like her mom sent her away. She was supposed to be able to go someplace where she'd be safe
Yeah, to go
and
to the
that
Buddhas.
like she'd get food and everything. And
Yeah,
she somehow ended up like in a labor camp. And I don't know how I don't think they ever explained how she got away or like how she ended up back at the village.
yeah. They
But she's
never.
back at the village and she's starting to like deteriorate from just working with the poppies and everything. Um, and they're like you need to tell us like they were trying to get information out of her, which I'm like the girl's dying and you're trying to like interrogate her. What is going on?
Yeah,
And they try to get her to draw a picture of where the kids are, but like she can't do it. She's obviously falling apart, and
yeah,
it's just like sad all around. Now,
yeah.
my question: where's her mother? Like her mother comes like way later.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe her mom doesn't know she's there. That's the thing. Her mom doesn't know she's there. Maybe her mom's like out doing stuff, thinks that she's at this Buddha temple. Sorry, I'm gonna call
Yeah.
Buddha temple, and then like she doesn't know where she is. And I think the reason why they didn't give her that poison is because you don't look at someone who's obviously poisoned and be like, "Oh, let me give them this poison," because
No,
you
I
don't.
know, like, but we know more information than they do. So
Yeah,
I was saying,
exactly.
like, if she had said something like, the little girl probably knew like what that was in her hand, and she probably could have saved herself.
She
But
could have, or unless she didn't know, unless they make them work there and not give them the pills. Unless when they work there, they just keep getting infected by the poison, so they don't need to take the pill at all.
yeah, so I don't know. That was
Yeah,
the whole kind of thing. I understand the reason behind it. It's a plot point that's supposed to push the story forward,
hmm,
but it really didn't like. I don't know. I feel like they could have done something different to get them to the field, but
yeah,
they're gonna try and get them to these fields. Like deadly flowers are gonna be coming around, playing a bigger part in this story. I think.
yeah. And that was the end of episode 17, and then we're gonna talk about episode 18. I'm sorry if I didn't mention in the beginning. I meant to say episode 17 and 18 because they are doing it weird now where they're taking one episode that's aired on one day and splitting it up into two episodes. So me and Sam just thought it makes sense to include them both in one video.
Rather than
So
having 4 videos altogether.
yeah, so this is going to be episode 17 and 18. But talking about episode 18, one thing we forgot to mention is that the ginseng, Mi Chang, is actually there, which is
Hmm.
very odd because she pops out of nowhere and she's there. And like you said, Yang's trying to draw the map and she gets sick. And Guyan finally goes out to get the mom. And Mi Chang, she like watches the girl trying, she's struggling so hard to draw this, drawing the map. And she
Okay.
cried because she,
I want to talk about that map
uh,
really quick.
okay, can I just get to this one
Yeah.
part and then we can
No,
talk
go
about the
ahead.
map?
Go
Okay.
ahead.
So, she like VJ like she's trying to draw and she's crying because she's like, there's my friends are there, my friends are sick, my friends are dying, and I need it. And VJ's like, it's okay, just sleep, just rest. And she sings her a lullaby,
Lullaby.
lullaby, and then Gaia comes back and Yang is dead.
Yep.
What? I think I when I watched that scene, I was like, okay, Michi, she did it. She killed it. She's sketchy. She killed that little girl.
No,
And then you
she
can
knew
tell,
she was dying and she just lulled her to sleep so she could finally pass away in
yeah.
peace.
Okay, you tap
Well,
on
I was
that.
waiting for her to snap her neck. Let's all be honest.
Yeah,
I
I
thought she was
thought
gonna
she's
like do
sketchy.
something, but I think she just was like, just go to sleep. Like it'll like what we saw, or at least what like I've been taught to say to like people who are dying, like it's okay, like just fall asleep, just relax, it's all
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
like it's time to go, blah blah blah. Okay, so let me talk about the map
yeah,
because this is just a weird continuity thing that was driving me crazy, and I don't know if you picked it up. So this girl couldn't draw this map. She kept coughing and running all over it. The ink was freaking everywhere everywhere. Then Mei Chang goes, she drew the map and she opens it up and it's perfect. Like
yeah.
it's this like really nice drawn map. It makes sense. I would have to assume the girl can't write in Chinese characters. There's Chinese characters written on it. Like it didn't make any sense to me and I wanted to like message you when I saw that and I'm like, "What is
Well,
this?"
obviously Miching did it. Like, I, it's like obvious to me that she did it because she's. I thought that she killed the girl and she's working for the other side.
Yeah,
Um,
but that's what I'm saying is like people should be able to pick out pretty quickly that the little girl didn't draw
Yeah,
that.
that make not I get what you're meaning now. It doesn't make sense for her to do that because it gives out away the subscription, like gives away that she did it.
Yeah, it's
And
way too perfect. It's written in perfect Chinese character. Well, not perfect. I don't know what perfect Chinese characters look like, but it's really well done when this little girl was all over the map and she was dying and she couldn't hold her head up longer than 10 seconds. And now you have this really nicely drawn thing. Like, it doesn't make sense. And, like, some red flags should be flying up in the air,
well,
but that's just me.
Guyon did think it was suspicious. Like she at that meeting, she was going to tell people about it, but then she like stopped herself, and I was like,
Hmm.
"Why are you stopping yourself? If you think something's wrong, say something. Like if you think something is sketchy, say something." But
Hmm.
she didn't. And she stopped herself. And I don't know why. Uh, and then also the crown prince wants Guyon to leave and go into hiding because the water brewer is looking for Yang and he's afraid that if they find her with Yang or find out that she has something to do with Yang, that she'll get even more trouble because she's been, um, was suspicious before with the copper being caught and stuff like that. So he's worried. So he wants her to go into hiding. And she tells him, well, give me one more day or give me a day or 2 days. Um, so, and then Prince Sun wants to tell Guyon the truth because this baby cannot keep secrets. This
Hmm.
prince over here can't keep secrets whatsoever. But his bodyguard, sorry, his bodyguard, Chungwoon, agrees that he thinks that Guyon will, understand the truth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And do you want to talk
I
about
think
like,
he's giving her way too much credit.
yeah, I think so too. Because this girl, I don't like this girl. Do you want to talk about that cute scene with Prince Sun and Guyon picking flowers?
So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what it was. It was just like a really nice scene of them, like they're. So we gotta talk. Did you talk about the piece where the Pian Hui is gonna like come after her?
Yeah, the Whataburger was coming after
Yeah,
her. Yeah,
so
yeah.
like they decided to like have one nice day together before like she gets sent off to, I think that she's going to Incheon. I really can't remember what town they said she was going to. And so they decide to go picking flowers and everything, and they end up back at Hwagun's father's grave. And like just all sorts of different emotions are coming up. So she's feeling sadness but hopeful because to her, the prince son Chul-Su, whatever, is going to fight the Piansuhui like her father did.
And
He's
then,
going, I
yeah.
was gonna tell her everything and then come visit you, and now I feel ashamed. And it's like a weird, you have dialogue monologue kind of going on
Yeah.
at the same time. So there's a lot going on in this scene of like um sadness and regret and hope and all of this, but the truth behind Prince Sun, and the father knows more even though he's dead, and she doesn't know as much, and he's going to try and tell her,
Mm.
and then when he tries to tell her it like kind of doesn't work out very
Yeah.
well because she does the typical, oh, I want to talk first, then what did you have to
What's to
say? And it's like
say?
nothing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care what country you're in, like there are a lot of tropes that happen, and this is one of those tropes. Like, I have a secret to tell you, and I should probably tell you now, but I don't, and it's only going to make things worse later as shit hits the fan because it's going to.
Exactly. And also, I thought it was kind of awkward that Guyon at her father's tomb. Guyon was like, the king sided with Pusui, and and blah blah blah, and as Princess is standing right next to her, be like, that's awkward.
Yeah, I know, like, awkward turtle here. Like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
But
And
yeah, you're
like that would have been the perfect time to be like, no, I'm the prince.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you don't understand, blah, blah, and he just lets it go.
No, he lets go. And then also, like, yeah, I agree. It's stupid that Guyan didn't let him speak, and Prince Sun didn't work up the courage to tell her that, who he is. But she basically tells him that even if she says something creepy, like, even if I'm not around you, um, don't jump into danger, don't be rash. And of course, he promises, and he's like, no, I promise you that. And she's like, well, now I can, like, leave in peace. I'm like, what does that mean?
I knew
Like,
what it meant as soon as she said it.
well, I thought, I was like, are you gonna go all ninja again and kill a flagpole again? Like, I was like, oh, okay.
No, I
Um,
knew she was going to be taking the court lady position.
yeah, yeah. Also, that cherry blossom part with the cherry blossom trees with the petals coming down, and when
Yeah,
he pulled the flower petal from her hair, I thought that was such a cute scene, and I was actually expecting a kiss, like a
I
kiss on the
was
cheek.
too.
I was so just okay.
Or like a forehead kiss.
Let's pray right now to the K drama lords that there is a kiss in this drama because we didn't have one in the last two dramas we watched.
Right. Chaevan, Chaevan, please.
Like seriously, we didn't have it. Missy Nine, there was like no kiss, and
Radiant
then
Office was like pathetic.
like a 1 second kiss. Like let's just say that I like no, it was like a ugh. It was such. It's like how I kissed my niece on the cheek. It was very
Right.
quick.
We've only had one drama with like a good kiss, and that was Goblin.
Yeah. Besides that, no.
That was it.
Yep.
Oh, and I
Um,
still have feels over Missing Nine of like frustration. So,
Yeah, I remember when
um,
you texted, you're like, no.
yeah. Oh, side note too, along with like nice aesthetics, is I really liked her handbag.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was really, really pretty.
Mm, me too. I feel like, sorry. Although I don't like, I'm not a huge historical drama fan. I do think that they do have really good, visually appealing scenes, which is very
Hmm.
pretty. Oh
Yeah, I
my,
liked his outfit. Like I liked his outfit too. Like I it took me a little while to get used to the like historical Korean clothing because up until I started watching Korean dramas, I'd never seen historical Korean clothing before. I couldn't even tell you what it looked like. But now like I've seen it more, like I'm getting used to seeing it. Like I really like it. It's really pretty. I think it's a lot better than like the American historical clothing that they'd wear at this time because like at
yeah.
least for females it was very restricting. They had like the corsets with like
And
a
boobs
thousand,
everywhere.
oh my god, so bad. And the like skirts that were like super heavy and like pushed out the outfits were complicated, beyond complicated for Western historical clothing. And I really
Yeah.
like the Koreans. It's not very simple, but it looks very like flowy and like almost comfortable, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it looks nice, but that's just
It
my
does.
little
It
tangent.
does look nice. I definitely love their dresses and their style and the colors, and it's so pretty. But there's one scene I really want to talk about.
Okay, go ahead.
I really want to talk about this. So this, oh my god. So this is when Peasant Son hears that his family store is closing, and he of course begs his bodyguard, aka his friend Hung Suk, to basically go because he doesn't know when the next time he'll be able to see his friends or his
Mhm.
not friends, his family again, and he doesn't know where they're moving. He wants to see them before they go, so he sneaks out wearing all white, which is kind of suspicious because back then if you're going to a poor village, you think you wouldn't be wearing like all bright white, but
Mhm.
whatever. He wears bright white. And he has a fan, and he goes there and he basically sees his mom, and he goes like, "Oh my God, Amma," and he's like really excited, or I forgot, maybe he said a different word. Um, but then he sees his sister, and his friend was basically like, "This is your sister," and he starts like tearing up and getting really upset, and she goes like, "Do you know me?" And he's like, "Yeah, I met you when you were really little," and he's like, "Well, can I hug you?" And
Which was
she's
so
like,
creepy.
"It
Let's
is
just
really
put that
creepy.
one out there.
It is really creepy." If someone up to me and was like, "I know you from when you're little, can I hug you?" And I'd be like,
No.
no." But he hugs her, which I thought was so cute because this is the first time he gets to see Wiggly, and he hugs her, and then Daemon comes out of nowhere with his goody being like a creepier Mr. Creepy, and he basically was like, "Child, you can don't call him master, call him like
Ora
brother."
Abuni. Yeah,
Yeah,
call him
brother.
brother.
And then she totally misunderstands the thing and it's like, "Oh, you mean like my brother, my other brother, like who
Yeah.
was the crown prince?" And she runs to him, and I was like, that like one part of me was like, it hurt my heart that um Peasant Son has seen that Crown Prince basically took his spot, but then a part of me be like, okay, well, I'm glad that he took his spot because he's looking out for his family.
Mhm.
But they see each other, and oh my god, I was so happy that Peasant Son was so smart on his feet that he basically was like distracting Daymok, basically like begging for his life, while Wiggly, Crown Prince, and his bodyguard hid. Sorry, I just hit the mic. And so I thought that was a really nice part. Well, like Peasant Son like was literally on the ground, banging his head against the floor, being like, "Forgive me, I won't do anything like this again. I'm
I,
with you, I'm with you," and stuff like that.
yeah, I just wanted to see my family and like just as like you control my life, you control my family's life, but like I miss them and blah blah blah. So he's trying to like appeal to him a little bit until he's trying to have let me see if I can word this right. Lee's son, peasant son, is trying to appeal to his own like naivety, I guess is the
Yeah,
best word for it.
yeah,
Of I'm just like I'm this big mushy thing who just wanted to see my family. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Like it'll never happen
yeah.
again.
I'm
Like
not doing
I'm an
anything
idiot.
sketchy again.
You're the king. Like I'm just your puppet. Blah, blah, like and Daymok like feels. I think that Daymok kind of feels a little bit of satisfaction. Like he kind of won a little bit of a prize of like, yeah, that's right. You're in the palm of my hand now. But little does he know that was just a play so that Prince Sun could get away. So.
Exactly. But Daymok also is like, well, the queen gave you something special, which is
Mhm.
a Guion. And so I'm going to give you your family, to be able to see your family. And, it's sad because, like, this is the one thing that he didn't want Daymok to know.
Mhm.
And I wonder if his bodyguard is in, like, his bodyguard, Hugsuk, is in cahoots with Daymok.
I I really hope not because he seems like a good friend.
He does seem like a good friend, and I would
But that
hate
would be
it.
like the ultimate twist is like he's been telling him everything.
Yeah, because that would have been really sucky though, because but it would make sense to get someone close to him, being like, "You saved my father's life, you saved me," and like, because honestly, I don't know if Daymunk knows the truth behind him, who he really is, but that would have been a really smart move to do to get someone in there close to him. Because honestly, if I was Daymunk and I couldn't trust Peasant Son and the throne, and I didn't know what's happening, I would try to get someone who wasn't sketchy, to be by his side as a friend, to be like a double agent. But as someone watching this drama, I don't want it to be like that whatsoever because I want to root for his friend. I want him to have a friend, have someone by his side, and not lose just the girl he loved or he used, like whatever, and lose maybe a friend and then lose another friend that someone that he's very close to, he's been close to. It
Hmm.
would just destroy me. Um, but uh, peasant son or but Prince Sun decides to send a message with Wiggly after Daybunk leaves that they will meet. I think it was like they meet the first of the month at like a certain time, and
Yeah.
that they were gonna meet. And then, do you want to talk about Guyon in the end? Because I'm so pissed about this.
Okay. So, Gan essentially she makes the decision that she is now going to become a court lady, and they kind of go through the whole spiel of like, you understand, you're going to be owned by the king. Like, we, thank God I've seen other historical dramas before because like I understood the commitment she was about to make a little bit
Mm.
better.
Mm.
Versus like if this was the first historical drama I'd ever watched, and
Yeah,
then
you've
like
been like, what the hell?
yeah, the gravity of the situation wouldn't have hit as hard if I didn't hadn't watched like I'm going to say it, I'm going to say it.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so
Scarlet
um
Heart.
yeah, if I hadn't watched that and understood like the process of like a court lady and like their responsibilities and everything, I wouldn't have understood the gravity of what she was saying. So basically, her making Prince Sun promise what he promised was her kind of saying goodbye, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Because now she's going to go and become a court lady, and so Prince Sun finds out, and again we have another running. I'm gonna run to save you scene.
Slow motion running,
Oh my god,
running.
it's so bad. It's so bad. And he starts screaming her name, and she sees him, and then she just walks into the palace, and as the doors close, he gets caught by the guards. And then that is it. That is
Yeah,
the end of this. Oh my
and
god.
she like turns around like a cold. Oh, I want to say the
Yeah,
B
I
word,
know,
but I'm not
like,
going.
I have no feelings for you kind of deal. But you know what? I like let's pretend there's some good character development here in that they have a great relationship and everything. Her motivation behind this is like to protect him and protect her family, and I think she feels like she's going to help the queen, and she feels like she could probably do more good on the inside rather than the out. But people and stupid decisions, this is not the decision you're supposed to make. Like, you weren't obligated to do it.
Yeah, but my
There was
thing,
no obligation. She
no,
didn't
no.
have to.
My thing is about this is I feel like it's more about her wanting revenge for her father than
Mhm.
anything. Because I feel like if she wanted to bring down the king, obviously the queen wants her to dethrone the king. But if she wanted to bring down the king, she feels like maybe for her she feels like if she brings down the king, she brings down Pusawang. But that's what the crown prince is working for the whole time. So why not work with the crown prince? Why not be like, this is the what I got on the table. What should I do? Talk about it as a team. That's one thing I like about Hagun. Although Hagun is a little psychopath, she brings like if something's like wrong or whatever, she brings it to the table. Like they travel together, they work together. But with Guyon, it's like she works by herself, and that's why I guess I can't like this character so much. It's because like I feel like her character development isn't good. I feel like yes, I kind of see a reason why she's doing it, but for me personally, I just can't connect with the character, and I can't connect to the relationship they have.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just, this whole drama's frustrating me little by little.
a little by
Because
little.
it's like, Hwagun, I'd rather see Hwagun be the main lead. I
Yeah,
really
me too.
would.
I would love to see a Romeo and Juliet thing. Except
That would
Hagun, I
be
would.
such a better story right now.
So I wouldn't really like the fact that Hagun's kind of like so intense.
Right.
If she kind of calmed down the intensity of like I love you to being like yeah I kind of like you a little bit, it would have been a lot better. But I just like I just think that if she I feel like with Guyon I can't relate to the character, and I have more to say about next episode which we'll get to in the next video. But is there anything else you want to talk about, Sam?
Um, I'm just flabbergasted by this drama, and I just want, I'm like, I'm almost like, it's like watching a train wreck. You just can't look away.
Yes,
And so I'm like, I'm just gonna keep watching this train
but
wreck
hold on.
happen
Let's talk about
because,
the yeah, let's talk about the good things though so people don't think we're just all negative.
yeah,
I
I don't think we've been negative. I like, um, I do like Prince Sun and kind of how he's turned out a little bit. He's
Yeah.
not making as idiotic of decisions anymore, which is really nice. I like seeing kind of the chess, I guess, mentality of this, of like placing people where they need to be to set up for the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
I want to understand a little bit better of Hwagun's kind of like reasoning behind what she's doing to become the leader, because I don't think she's even thought through what she's doing, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So if like we took Galen out of the picture altogether, I like this drama, but like I feel like the romance is almost forced a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and that if we had more of like a Romeo and Juliet story, that'd be a lot nicer because it would make more sense.
Yeah, no, I
But
completely agree. Um, for me, I definitely am curious about what Mi Chang is up to, but I like how complex the story is, and I like the character development, at least with the Crown Prince. But I hope Hagun can be more than just the girl who is psychotic in love, and I wish like Ion is more than this, I don't know, girl who just seeks revenge and who doesn't really talk to people about what's going on in their life. But anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this discussion video of episode 17 and 18. We are now going to be talking about 1920 in the next video. So if you guys do want to check that out, just go check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you guys next time.
next time, yeah.
AKA in a couple of minutes if you check out the next video. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hi guys, hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please feel free to give it a like. If you would like, you can subscribe to our channel. And if you want to check out our last week's discussion video, click somewhere on the screen because it'll be somewhere up here. And we will see you guys next time. Okay, bye. Not really bye, but bye.